And we are live once again for the UNOH 200 at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Concrete Bristol. Not dirt Bristol, but concrete Bristol. But we are racing here for the Gander Outdoor Truck Series on NASCAR Heat 5. Career mode continues. This is the final race of the round of 10 in the playoffs. So there's a lot on the line here today. That is to say the least. Welcome everybody just tuning in for the first time here today. This should be a lot of fun. This is my personal favorite racetrack. And again, doing the points myself for the playoffs due to everything that we've had, problem-wise at least. With the career mode up to this point, there were a couple races that were not saving earlier in the season, but everything is all saved now. But as far as having the playoffs accurate, I've had to do the points myself since we got to the playoffs, knowing the drivers that we have in it. So, without further ado, we're going to take it through the current point standings going into today's race. Two drivers locked in on wins is Johnny Sauter, who got the win at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park last night for the one and only road course race of the year. That was Sauter's second win of the season. And Schneider, who has 9 wins on the season, won at Gateway. He's locked into the next round as well. There is one driver locked in on points, and that is Stuart Friesen. Friesen cannot be eliminated no matter what happens, even if we get a winner below the cutoff line. Even like Ty Gillen, who is last on the 10-driver playoff grid right now. Even if he won today, no matter what happens to Stuart Friesen, he can DNF in lap 1. As long as he makes the start, he will end up clinching on points. Driver that needs 7 points to clinch tonight is Ross Chastain. He's 51 points ahead of the cutoff line, so he's looking pretty comfortable. Matt Crafton is 46 points above the cutoff line. He only needs 12 points tonight to clinch into the next round of the playoffs. More out of Enfinger, but he is 38 points above the cutoff line. As long as he has a decent day, top 15, he'll easily be able to make it, no matter who wins. 31 points above the playoff cutoff line is Tanner Gray, so starting to get a little bit etchy there, but Gray is one of the underdog drivers. We'll see if he can get it done. He's 31 points above. And the last driver above the playoff cut line right now is Gus Dean, another one of those underdogs. Gus Dean, probably the biggest underdog in the playoffs this season. He is only 19 points above the cutoff line, but that is still pretty comfortable as long as he can have a solid night, hopefully get some stage points. He's got a good shot to make it into the next round unless one of these two drivers wins. Christian Eckes, who is 19 points below the cutoff line, and Todd Gilliland, who is 22 points below Gus Dean for that final spot on points. Ashton G, DB Forever 85, welcome to the stream. We got 9 people now tuned in. We're going to get underway. 200 laps at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Again, we'll keep an eye on those playoff drivers throughout. This is the cutoff race for the round of 10. Rafael Assard on the pole. He had a stage win yesterday at Canadian Tire, so maybe he can have another good day. Austin Hill starting at the rear with an engine change. And Tanner Gray, one of the playoff drivers, starting at the rear. He failed pre-race inspection. Patrick Chatterley, welcome to the stream as well. Time for a W. We'll see. Pretty good qualifying effort for Schneider here for this one. Qualified 11th. Green flag, though, is in the air. We're underway at Bristol. A lot of Bristol action on the channel over the last few days.
All right, clear on that. Got one down low now.
By the way, the podcast is going to be moved to tomorrow with me having to work today and not getting home soon enough. Oh boy, Grant Enfinger got really loose getting into turn 3. What a great save. Chastain was able to get around to the outside. Anyway, podcast will be postponed until tomorrow. And I'll have to check the weather before we get out of the stream, but I'm looking to start that at about 6 o'clock. I'll have to check the weather first for when I get out of work to see if I'm going to golf or not. But I just did not have time today. I don't have like all my notes prepped and ready to go yet, and with having to work, it made it a little difficult. If we would have not had the race rained out to Monday, I would have had all the notes, done Monday morning like I usually would, but on my day off. So it kind of put me back a day. Then Rhodes clogging up the outside lane in front of the Elder 99 truck of Schneider. Schneider actually got into the back of him and actually comes alongside of him as well. Off the exit of turn 4. And now Sheldon Creed's on the outside. Schneider wants to get this outside lane going right now, but the trucks in front of him on the outside are just running too slow. Can't quite get to the outside of Creed to take it 3 wide. Ross Chastain about lost the bottom of the racetrack, and I think he is about to. Actually, sorry, that's Brett Moffitt in the 23 truck. Crafton might have used a little bump and run on Sheldon Creed. And Rhodes slides right back to the outside again in front of Schneider. Chastain's going to pop to the inside of the 99. But Schneider got the run off the corner exit. He hops back down to the inside. Grant Enfinger is leading this race right now. I said he got loose. It was Matt Crafton. Again, I've been getting those two mixed up all year. They got the same paint scheme every week. And the number is literally only one different. 98 versus 88. Same team. Oh, a lot of beating and banging off turn 2. Chastain got into the left ear of Schneider and shot Schneider right into the side of the 99 truck of Ben Rhodes. Finger's got the lead right now, but it's not a big lead, at least looking on the track map. It looks like there's somebody right there. And Rhodes gets down to the bottom and again gets around Schneider in the 99. Schneider went a little too wide in turns 3 and 4, trying to get a run. Scrape the wall a little bit. It's going to cost him a little time. He's definitely trying to get that truck as close as he can without hitting it. Diamond's a quarter off in 1 and 2 that time. He gets to the inside of the 99 truck. But Schneider's just too loose on the bottom. You can really see those tires sliding out from underneath him. We are maxed out on the engine tonight at 195 on the aero and a 95 on the suspension. That will likely be the case for every race from here on out. Schneider barely holds off. Ross Chastain again gets to the inside. We saw this on the custom schedule season mode. For whatever reason, the inside of Bristol has gotten really loose, and I'm not sure why. Lee Schneider's already locked into the next round of the playoffs, but he would still like to try and get that 10th win of the season. And more playoff points, a little bit more of a buffer going into the next round. The round of 8 is going to consist of Las Vegas, Talladega, and Martinsville. You know everybody's going to want to try to win at Vegas and not have to worry about what happens at Talladega and Martinsville. Very unpredictable racetracks there. On the high side, right in front of Schneider. Schneider wasn't able to get around Ben Rhodes once again on the top. Rhodes went back to the bottom where he's fastest. Schneider went down there as well, despite the fact that Schneider's been loose. Go back to the outside. Trying to get a run. He ran a lot higher than Moffitt. That's probably the issue. And now he gets to the inside. 3 wide, slides the tires. 4 wide at Bristol through turns 3 and 4. Crafton backed out of the gas, and smart too, because they were not going to make it 4 wide off the exit of the corner. They're still beating and banging. Now they close up on Riley Herbst for 5th place. I could not believe that. Schneider got to the inside, and Rhodes, who was really fast on the bottom, got to the inside of Schneider and took him 4 wide at Bristol. I didn't think we were going to see that tonight, especially in the truck series. Trucks are a little bit wider than the Cup and Xfinity cars. I didn't even know you could go 4 wide at Bristol. In the middle of the corner, too. Wasn't like it was on the straightaway and they had the funnel. Cole Lassard is back to 4th. Stuart Friesen looking for more playoff points. He got a stage win last night as well at Canadian Tire. Also finished inside the top 5. He's had a good round. Again, he's already pointed his way into the next round no matter what happens here tonight. So Friesen's locked in. We got 3 trucks locked in, 2 on wins, 1 on points so far. Remember, Friesen finished 2nd in the regular season championship one, so he does have a lot of playoff points, which definitely helped as well as his consistent runs to start. Joey Logano, 22, welcome to the stream. Great move to the inside of Lassard. Barely keeps it off, and then Schneider's sliding. Not as much as what he does in corner entry when he's on the inside lane, but he had to go to the bottom to get around Mike Harmon, and Lassard, who was consistent with the outside lane right there, got stuck behind Harmon. Drops back 1 spot. Non-playoff driver Ty Majeski currently running in 3rd place. Having a good solid run. But the story coming into this one, again, is can Gus Dean Probably the driver we thought might have been eliminated in the round of 10. Probably the biggest underdog story of the season. Made the playoffs with a win at Kansas. Won a stage that day, so he actually had 6 playoff points coming into the postseason. Did not finish in the top 10 in the regular season standings. He actually finished 18th. So no playoff points for his regular season standings finish.
All right, clear up. Car on the outside now.
So 6 playoff points to show for it. He was towards the bottom of the grid, only 1 point above the cutoff line when we started. He is 19 points above right now. He has not finished in the top 10 at either Gateway or Canadian Tire, but he has finished 12th and 13th, and he scored stage points in both races. And so far, that has been good enough for him to grow that gap to 19 points over Christian Eckes, but Eckes definitely has the equipment for KBN. Can he gain 19 points on him, or even Ty Gillen? Can he gain 22 points? That's how far he is back from Gustine. That is going to be the battle to watch. 3 wide at Bristol again. Schneider to the outside of Stuart Friesen. Friesen was jammed in the middle, got out of the gas so they could actually make the exit of the corner. A lot of heavy lap traffic right around Friesen that cost him the 3rd position. Schneider's rolling through the field on this longer run. 55 laps in stage 1. 55 laps will be again in stage 2, with the final stage being 90 laps total, making up the 200-lap race tonight. Just one race, unless we end up DNFing, then I guess we'll run Vegas tonight, but no intentions of running 2 races tonight. We will run Vegas tomorrow night after the NASCAR Fantasy Podcast. So we'll go a little double duty there. Busy day of streaming on the channel yesterday. Definitely wasn't going to overdo it today. And I have to work again tomorrow. So the combination or so. Kind of unfortunate though in the same way, because this is one of the shorter races of the season. 200 laps at Bristol is not a long time. Ooh, got back in the gas a little too soon. Got in the back of Nemechek, and Joe Nemechek went sliding off turn 2. Great job keeping it off the wall for him. Ty Majeski just got to the lead that last lap on Grant Enfinger through the lap traffic. 25 laps to go currently in stage 1. Again, thanks for everybody tuning in here today. We had 800 subs on the channel yesterday, and we set a stream record during the Truck Series race. Did a live commentary / live reaction watch along of the race, and we had 63 people watching. By far a stream record, broke the previous record of 39. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. We got up to 35. I was like, oh, we might break the record. And then, like, by halfway through the race, we were up to 63. I was like, oh, jeez. I greatly appreciate the support. Majeski's pulling away from Enfinger right now. Schneider's actually closing in on Grant. He's trying to get around Austin Hill, who's the lap truck. He's had a couple good performances so far in the playoffs, despite not making the 10-man playoff field due to not winning a race. Seeing Schneider, Tanner Gray, Gustine winning races as smaller teams kicked out some of the bigger teams like Austin Hill and a couple defending champs, Sheldon Creed and Brett Moffitt. Raji, welcome to the stream. Almost forgot to hit the like button again. Yes, make sure you hit that like button as well. Caution's out for the first time today with Majeski in the lead, just over 30 laps in to our Bristol Truck Night race. Looks like Ross Chastain's going to pit from 10th place. Remember, he is just above the playoff cut line, and already only 15 trucks on the lead lap, so Majeski's definitely picking him up and putting him down since taking the race lead away. Of course, Enfinger did most of the heavy lifting there, but Majeski did get to the lead and had about a second lead before the caution. Sheldon Creed will get the free pass in 16th. If we look at where Tanner Gray's at, he's a lap down. He started at the rear, though. Gus Dean is currently just outside the top 10. He's in 14th, so Gus Dean is riding into the 14th position.
All right, now, be smart out there. Going green.
The guys he's racing, Todd Gillen inside the top 10 right now. Green flag back in the air. Majeski will lead the field to the green. And watch out for Chastain on those fresh tires. 18 laps to go in the stage. 35 lap pressure tires from Chastain. I like that strategy. Maybe he's got a chance to get the playoff point. Look at Schneider restarting on the outside lane. Gets the jump, and he'll lead his first lap of the race at the line at lap 39. And the restart packing him up definitely helped him get to the lead a little quicker. About a second to a second and a half behind Majeski when the caution waved. Now let's see if he can stay in front of him, which I think he should be able to pull away from these guys until Chastain gets to second place. Then it's going to be interesting to see if Schneider can hold him off on those 35 lap older tires. I think Chastain might be the favorite to win stage 1. Cap 24, Diamond Jump, welcome to the stream. We'll alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in this race today. I actually forgot to do it during the race at Canadian Tire yesterday, so we kind of doubled downing on how much we alternate through the camera angles today. Chastain's already up to third, and he's 3 seconds off the race lead. Schneider's got the clean air, at least for now. Interesting to see if that actually holds up. Chastain's definitely closing in. Schneider's been running middle to upper groove now the last couple laps. Then his preferred line, it seems to be where he's got the most grip. Once we get the lap traffic, I feel like that's only going to hurt the 99 as well. We could be setting up for a pretty close finish to the end of stage 1.
I need 10 more solid laps. Concentrate for me. Still there. You've got room. You're clear there.
Definitely hoping that these lap cars are going to move out of the way, that's for sure.
Clear high, clear high.
One Bristol iRacing race. Nice. I've heard that's one of the tougher tracks on iRacing. It's a little glitchy, so big congratulations to you on that one.
Still there.
Look at this heavy lap traffic right in front of Schneider. There is like nowhere to go. Chastain's only a second and a half off the lead on 35 lap pressure tires. And Schneider's so loose on that bottom lane. We saw that before the caution as well. And he's just trying to hang on for dear life right now with 7 laps to go in stage 1. And look at Chastain, he's a half a second off the lead. Schneider goes 3 wide to the inside of turn 2. Schneider again already locked into the next round, but he's looking for another playoff point. So is Chastain. Chastain's not locked into the next round, but he is looking for a playoff point, assuming he can advance. Oh, and Schneider gets loose. He goes around. And Mike Harmon's collected. Nemechek's going to get to the lead. Heavy impacts. Caution will fly. And Chastain has a good chance to win the stage. Schneider's been loose on the bottom, and he overdrove the corner. He had the left side tires down on the apron on the black. Around goes Schneider. That's only the fourth time now, I guess, that he's spun this year. He's only DNF'd once. Great. Well, I mean, he didn't really save it because a couple trucks hit it. There was about 3 trucks that piled into him. That could have been a lot worse. He's very lucky he's still in the race, and only 1 second of damage. That can be repaired, but we can't pit for tires or fuel for an advantage. I will repair that just in case. Monster Jam X10, welcome to the stream. So Chastain on fresher tires will restart from the lead.
We're going green. Almost ready now. Inside.
Schneider going to repair that 1 second of damage there just in case, and we're going to restart with just 2 laps to go now in stage 1. So Schneider's going to try to pick up some track position. He had a fast truck there outside of Chastain. Look at him rubbing the wall off turn 2.
Inside.
He slid a lot on the outside that time. 1 lap to go for Ross Chastain.
Got 1 to go.
There's definitely a lot of pressure on Schneider to hold on those older tires, and there's just too much pressure. He couldn't hang on to it. He's going to go back to the bottom, and he goes around again. Oh, and he gets drilled by Riley Herbst. And Zane Smith are trying to go to the apron to miss the 99 of Schneider. They actually left it green to the end of the stage. Ross Chastain again will win stage 1. And Schneider again goes around. It's the second spin. in as many green flag laps. So he hit the apron before. This time, he didn't get loose on the apron. He got loose well before the apron. And then once he got on the apron, he had no chance to save it. And again, he can't pit for fuel or tires due to bringing out the caution himself. Well, he's gotten lucky twice. I don't think he can get lucky 3 times. What is that, 3 strikes and you're out? It's going to be tough. I mean, he's repairing the damage because it's less than 5 seconds. Under a 5-second damage clock, so we'll see. Green flag is back in the air. Stage 2 underway. Ross Chastain. Fresher tires at the front, but not as fresh as some of these guys that pitted under the caution. Sheldon Creed, a couple other guys outside the top 10 pitted under the yellows. Schneider's just got to stay on the outside. He's got to be patient and just stay on the outside lane. Problem is he wasn't patient on the outside. He bangs the wall there up turn 2. Ooh, Friesen moved up right in front of him. Looked like he was going to move to the inside in front of Ben Rhodes, and he stuck to the high side at the last second. Great job by the team in the shop, though, to get the durability on this race truck up there that he can survive a hit, 2 hits in each of the last 2 cautions. I guess that wasn't a caution for incident again. They did get to the end of the stage. Only had 2 cautions for incident. There's a move. 3 wide for second place to the inside. Drove it in deep so he wasn't going to hold and hug that inside line into the corner. We've already seen how loose he gets down there, but he is able to clear both Majeski and Moffitt. And he'll try to run down Ross Chastain. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream. And Texas hot seat off. Wish you good luck. Yeah, we haven't done any hot seat offers, nor will I attempt one. Knowing that we're going to be owning our own team anyway, there's no point of us doing it. Jackson Thomas, welcome to the stream. Schneider's running down Ross Chastain. I think the tires are slowly starting to even out on both the 40 and the 99, but there are guys behind Schneider on even fresher tires like Gus Dean and Sheldon Creed. And how about Dean? Didn't get any stage points in stage 1. Pulls his strategy though. I think I'm going to have to pause it at some point during the next break. Either during the next caution or the stage break, whatever comes next. I'm going to pause it so I can look back to see who got stage points in stage 1. Again, we need to keep track of the live scoring, the live points, to know how far ahead Gus Dean is ahead of both Todd Gilliland and Christian Eckes. All 32 trucks are still on the racetrack. Oh, Schneider really overdrove turns 1 and 2. It almost looked like he got tight when he got in line behind Chastain, because Chastain's running to the outside right in front of Schneider. Schneider got a good run off turn 4 that time. He is all over the back bumper of the 40. He's going to look to the inside for the lead. Hasn't been good on the bottom. Really used the 40 truck up. He didn't make contact. It was a clean pass, but he was definitely close to leaning on him. Chastain going to slingshot back down to the inside now, but it's not going to work. Looks like Schneider's got the long run race truck once again on these older tires. Schneider back to the lead. He was unable to seal the deal in stage 1. He actually didn't get any stage points in stage 1, so maybe it's a good thing he won at Gateway. He only scored 3 stage points total at Canadian Tire and finished 6th. Dominated that Gateway race. He led the most laps in that one. Hopefully that playoff point doesn't come back to bite in the round of 8 at all for missing up on it, because we all know you need every point you can possibly get, especially at this stage of the season. Saw it with Kevin Harvick in the Cup Series having that big cushion. Schneider's a regular season champion in the Truck Series. 9 wins, just like Harvick had last year, but that doesn't mean anything necessarily. Currently, he's got 74 playoff points going into the next round. There's a lot of other guys that have playoff points, like Stuart Friesen. He's got a lot. Johnny Sauter just picked up his second win. He's got a lot. He also finished third in the regular season standings. He's actually got more playoff points than Friesen even. We know he's in the next round. Crafton almost made contact with his teammate Sauter on the inside. Crafton not having himself a good night. Luckily, he only needed 12 points to clinch anyway. I mean, ideally, all he has to do is finish in the top 20. Not even. Mathematically, all Crafton needs to do is finish 24th or better. And he'll be locked in no matter who wins this race. Christian Eckes into the top 5. But Gus Dean's in second place, though. So Eckes is trying to close on Dean, but Dean's running 3 spots ahead of him currently. Eckes might be another one of those drivers on the fresher tires. Ty Gillen's in danger of going a lap down. Enfinger's going to go a lap down. He led a lot of laps in stage 1. Scheduled to be a 1 pit stop race for most of these guys. Trevor Grimes, Tim Irvin, welcome to the stream.
Say hi, say hi. Alright, you're clear there.
About a 5.5 second lead for Schneider.
You're all clear up top.
Jeez.
Slow down.
I was paying attention to the chat there and I undercut the corner a little too much. I almost ended up on pit road. That would have been terrible. Especially at this track.
Careful, still there.
That would have been speeding too.
Got one peeking inside. Clear low there.
Tinker wasn't sure what line to pick right there. I think he was unaware of which lane Schneider was going to pick, and he was going to pick the opposite. Schneider was coming up on him so quickly. Largest lead of the race for anybody.
Still there.
Schneider's really hoping it stays green here in stage 2, though. That caution just past the halfway point of the stage that put Chastain on those fresher tires definitely hurt Schneider's chances of winning the stage, and he had the lead before he spun with 7 laps to go in stage 1, but I mean, Chastain was right on his back bumper. He had 35 lap pressure tires. He was gained on. It was going to be tough for Schneider to hang on. Look at all the trucks going a lap down, though, in stage 2. Brett Moffitt's in 8th place. He's right in front of the 99. Off turn 4, Schneider gets a run, and Moffitt's going to go a lap down.
You got room. You're clear.
He is a non-playoff driver, despite the indicators showing that he is a playoff driver, so just again putting that out there. And Gustine, who does not have the indicator, as well as Christian Eckes, are in. Sheldon Creed is the other driver that has the indicator that he's in the playoffs, but he's not actually in the playoffs. Tanner Gray running 20th. Came in 38 points above the cutoff line. Looking good coming in, but 20th place is not ideal. Eckes and Gillen have been scoring stage points. Gillen's outside the top 10 now. But in 6th place is Christian Eckes still. Schneider really loose again, getting into the corner. That time it was in turn 3. It seems like turns 1 and 2 have actually been a little worse for him. Shane Smith, Christian Eckes, Matt Crafton all up here. Smith and Eckes are on the lead lap. Oh, geez! Floyd Greenfield just ran into the back of Schneider. Schneider was trying to check up to not go 3 wide underneath Zane Smith. Schneider's just so loose, and this is going to be the 3rd time he's going to spin. He's trying to get it corrected back around, and we finally get the caution. Finally get the caution. He was able to lock it down and completely save it that time, as well as keeping it on the inside of the track and not allow himself to get T-boned a 3rd time. He just can't enter in on the bottom of the racetrack, and that is another caution on him, And everybody else is going to be on fresher tires, and again, he cannot pit because he was the one that brought out the caution. It's our third caution for incident today, and all three have been on the 99 of Schneider. He will restart from the lead. He'll stay out this time. No damage after being able to lock it down and save it. Good job keeping it off the inside wall. Green flag back in the air at Bristol. 19 laps to go in stage 1, and that is not what Schneider needed if he wants a chance at this playoff point. Got a good restart, though, in that preferred lane. He's trying to hold the bottom to keep from getting past. That's where Gus Dean wants to get around him. Dean, he's looking for another stage win. That would be his second of the season. He's also looking to get as many points as he can so he can point his way into the round of 8. What an upset special this is for Gus Dean this season. I mean, even just to make the playoffs is impressive with that one win at Kansas, his first career truck win. And Schneider's doing a pretty good job on the restart despite being on, what, about 90 lap older tires? And he just spun. Again, you'd have to imagine that's going to wear him out even more, but keeping that track position's helping out. He's just so loose. Look at how much the truck slides in that bottom groove. He wants to go to the top, but if he goes to the top, Gus Dean's just going to get right underneath him. He's really trying to protect. A lot of battling for second between Zane Smith and Gus Dean. Remember, Zane Smith was about to go lap down before Schneider spun. He's still got a chance again. Schneider walks up the track just a little bit. Here comes Gus Dean to the bottom. There's contact off of turn 2, and Dean gets sideways down the back straightaway. But Dean's able to save it. He drives on. He does lose second place, and he has to battle Moffitt for third. Zane Smith the second. Schneider aggressively trying to hang on, and now they're 3 wide for second place through turns 1 and 2, and Gus Dean is able to get around the 23. Moffitt about pinched himself into the 21, had to check up. I believe that might be Crafton on the inside lane in the Thor Sport truck, but he is a lap down. Gus Dean all by himself in second. He's trying to run down the 99 of Schneider once again. On old tires with 12 laps. They keep battling for second place. It's allowing him to stay in front. Schneider has moved to that upper lane where he wants. He doesn't want to take the risk of spinning on the bottom again. He's got lucky with it so far tonight. I don't know how many more times he can get lucky and make saves. Oh, he's in the wall. Struggling for grip. That definitely costed him. It's Grant Enfinger on the inside, not Matt Crafton. Enfinger is a lap down. He's trying to get back on the lead lap. So is Austin Hill. He's also a lap down. Enfinger in 10th. Austin Hill likely in 11th. Enfinger, one of the playoff drivers. Schneider sliding around again. He had a 1 second lead on Brett Moffitt, who was just taking over second from Gus Dean. Sheldon Creed up to 4th. Chastain back to 5th. 8 laps to go in stage 2.
Careful, still there.
I would have thought that Schneider was going to be a city duck on that restart. I am very surprised. How well, on these old tires, he's been able to hang on. Moffitt's up to second. Does he have anything in these final 7 laps of the stage? Schneider keeps going to the top. He's searching for grip. More grip up there than what there is on the bottom for him right now, so he doesn't plan on going to the bottom. Unless maybe Moffitt gets there, but even then he might stay to the top because if he goes back down to the bottom of the racetrack, he might spin out again. And if he brings out the caution, he cannot pit. If the caution ends the stage, he can't pit during the stage break. So he's definitely trying to play it really smart right here. Enfinger pulling away, so is Austin Hill. Matt Crafton trying to get back on the lead lap now, and he's actually holding up Moffitt, trying to get back on the lead lap, because Moffitt wants the inside, but Crafton's there. Moffitt's got to be saying, hey man, I want the stage win, and Schneider puts it in the wall in turns 1 and 2, and here comes Moffitt. Moffitt to the lead, but he can't clear Schneider. Crafton's still in his way on the bottom. Schneider's just trying to hang on for grip on these extremely old tires. Johnny Sutter also a lap down. Crafton's still on the bottom lane in front of Brett Moffitt right now. Schneider just trying to get a run. 3 to go on the stage. Crafton stays on that inside lane. It's going to be tough for Moffitt to pull and clear Schneider. And he was not able to do it, not yet at least. Crafton slides in front of Schneider now. He's trying to block these guys and stay on the lead lap. We got a slow truck on the inside. Zane Smith is very slow in the inside lane down the back straightaway. We got trucks scattering everywhere. Oh, and Schneider slides the tires trying to save the race truck. And he does. And he tags Moffitt. And Moffitt barely keeps it off the wall and takes the lead as they come to the white flag.
Got a Carlo now.
They did not throw the caution when they probably should have, and Schneider's got one last chance to catch Moffitt in 3 and 4. He's going to have the run off turn 4, but it's too late, and Brett Moffitt wins stage 2 at Bristol.
That'll get the job done, driver.
And a smoking Zane Smith just costed Schneider the stage win as he got really sideways trying to jam the brakes to keep from running into the back of him. And that just was able to allow Moffitt to squeeze on by and finally take that lead away on the fresh tires, and Schneider had no chance from that point. Another playoff point lost tonight. It looked like Schneider could have won each of the first 2 stages, and he comes away with no stage wins. Didn't even get any stage points in stage 1. At least he finished second this time, but he will be pitting during this stage break. I don't know how Moffitt kept it off the wall. I think Schneider tagged the 23 when he tried to come back up the racetrack, and that's why Moffitt got sideways just after taking the lead. He barely kept it off the wall. So 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel. Everybody else is going to stay out. Free pass goes to Johnny Sauter, it looks like. Todd Gilliland's the first truck lap down. I'm going to pause it here for a quick second. I'm going to go back in the stream and gather up all the stage points so we know what the situation looks like on points going into this final stage. Alright. Well, I can start with stage 2 because that was... that just ended. That'll be a lot easier to find. I went past it. Alright, there we go. So Gustine, he gets 6 stage points. Eckes gets 3. Gilliland did not get any in stage 1. So that means Gustine would have 22 points on Eckes. Now I got to gather stage 1. So we'd have 22 on Eckes and 27 on Gilliland. I don't think Gustine got any stage points in stage 1, though. Alright. Yeah, Gilliland got 1 stage point there, so Gilliland's 26 back. I don't know if Eckes got any stage points in stage 1. I don't think he did. Oh, jeez. I was looking at the replay of that hard hit again. The end of stage 1 from Riley Hurst. I'm surprised that didn't knock us out of the race. Okay, yeah, Eckes didn't... I don't think he got any stage points in stage 1. So it looks like going into the final stage of the final race of the round of 10 here at Bristol Motor Speedway, Gus Dean has a 22-point advantage on Christian Eckes. Todd Gilliland is 26 points back. So, I don't know. Let me update that just so I don't do my math wrong at the end of the race if it comes down to it. It's going to be tough. Eckes is on the lead lap. He's got a shot to win it still. Gilliland is still a lap down. That's going to be a lot tougher for him. Back to the racing action here. Stage 3 underway. Brett Moffitt restarts from the lead. Schneider has about 18 lap pressure tires. Trying to saw through the field 3 wide into turn 1 already. Underneath Austin Hill. Matt Crafton. That inside lane, though, that's the only problem. Luckily, he's got fresh tires. This is the first time he has put fresh tires on this race truck the entire race. He had the same tires all the way to the end of stage 2. Oh, Friesen just squeezed into a hole that wasn't there, 3 wide. That just sent the 99 into the 38 of Gilliland, who's trying to stay in the free pass position. Schneider got a little wobbly on the bottom that time. Washed up out of the groove towards the outside lane. I should say into the outside groove. That is a preferred lane here. Wide on the top.
Say hi, say hi.
At Bristol, nonetheless.
Still there. Hold your line, got one inside.
Moffitt trying to get his first win of the season. His best finish is a runner-up at Michigan. A slide job to get around Dustine for 5th, and Schneider's ripping through this field on the restart on these fresh Goodyear tires. Fuel, tires, good to the end of the race. Just kind of hoping nobody else on the lead lap ends up pitting, and if he does, he's got 3 sets of tires left. So plenty to come back down, and he can take tires as well if we get another caution or 2 to the end. Side by side for the lead between Ben Rhodes, Brett Moffitt. Rhodes has not led all night. Until now, he's going to clear Moffitt off turn 2 for the lead. Off to the high side, Rhodes to the inside, and Ben Rhodes will lead his first lap of the night. But Schneider is less than a second off the lead and pulls him in on Moffitt for second as well. Drives it hard on the outside right behind Moffitt. Oh, a little bump. Didn't mean to get into the back of Moffitt, but he got into him anyway, and he's able to pass him into turn 3. Saw how sideways Moffitt got that time. Another great job by Moffitt keeping it off the outside wall. Again, Schneider's got the freshest tires in the field. Rhodes, also a non-playoff driver, looking for his first win of the year, much like Moffitt. Schneider goes to the inside, but he gets sideways. Still beats Ben Rhodes back to the gas. Clip the apron, still keeps it in. And clear into turn 3. Pulls the bottom just to make sure Rhodes was going to cross him over. Get back underneath him. We know Rhodes can run the bottom well. He showed that back in stage 1. I would imagine that's still the same. Schneider goes to the outside now, but so does Ben Rhodes. Schneider went a little bit higher, getting an extra run off the exit of the corner, and again, plus the extra grip with the 18-lap pressure tires. So Schneider's back in the lead. First time now in the final stage he's leading with 76 laps to go. Can he hold on to win tonight's race at Bristol? If so, it would be his 10th career Truck Series win. 10th of the season, of course, with him being a rookie for the startup Truck Series team. He's already advanced into the round of 8 with a win at Gateway. Followed that up with a 6th place run at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park last night. Looking for 5 straight top 5s. 5 straight top 10s. Tonight's race at Bristol as well. And with the top 10 finish, we will get our incentive bonus. The race early. Chance to maybe double down on that if we can get a top 10 here and at Vegas as well tomorrow night. No official start time for our Las Vegas race tomorrow. It's going to depend when I can get off work. So, yeah, the deal was today. I got off work a little bit late. I lost track of time, and next thing I know, I didn't clock out till like 3:40, so by the time I got to the golf course, I was probably about 15 minutes behind schedule, and I still had to tally the Truck Series points from last night's race yet, so when I got home, that was the first thing I did, and then I decided to just start the stream at the bottom of the hour, because it was already like 8:15, so I decided on 8:30. I knew it was a quicker race tonight at Bristol, and we were only going to do one anyway, so 8:30, not bad. We're getting done at an early time tonight still. We're flying through this race, despite the fact we've had 4 cautions. Well, I guess technically we've only had 3 for incident. Again, I guess not counting the stage breaks. 3 cautions for incident, despite having 2 very early in the race. Gander is picking him up and putting him down in lap traffic. Fresher tires are definitely prevailing. This goes through to the end. He's only going to continue to pull away. These other guys are desperately looking for a caution. I mean, we could get it. Schneider's brought out a couple of them today simply by spinning. He's so loose on the bottom lane. He's trying not to go down there, but when the lap traffic's there, he has to choose a lane. Again, that's the one thing about Bristol and having the multi-group racetrack that we've seen here over recent years, is that the lap traffic could be anywhere. It's only making it tougher to get around the lap traffic because you have to pick and choose your lane versus they could just stay in the outside lane and let the fast cars on the inside. That's not the case here. Some drivers are better on the bottom, like Ben Rhodes has been awesome on the bottom today, where Schneider has been better on the outside. Lap cars don't really know that unless they've been around those guys throughout the course of the race, but because they're lapped down, they probably haven't been. Christian Eckes has fallen back to 11th after finishing 5th at the end of stage 1. As long as Gus Dean stays in the race, I think he's got a solid shot, 22 points ahead of Eckes right now. Eckes has to beat Dean by 22 points, and Gus Dean is still 1 spot ahead of him in the top 10, looking for his first top 10 finish of the round of 10.
Stay low, stay low.
And what it really comes down to, again, Gus Dean hasn't been too spectacular. He's only 22 points ahead of these guys, which seems like a lot now, but considering the fact that both Eckes and Gilliland had DNFs at Gateway, where Eckes scored 0 stage points at a DNF, only scored 5 finishing points. Gilliland only ended up with 7 points that race. Gus Dean just simply finishing 13th or better. 14th or better, 13th or 14th in the first 2 races, despite not scoring a lot of stage points himself, is good enough for him. He's actually scored more stage points tonight than what he scored in the first 2 races in the playoffs combined for stage points. He had 6 points scored today.
Still there. Outside.
As we have trouble off turn 2. Caution's out for the 4th time. Couldn't tell who got in the wall up there. It looked like somebody blew a right front tire. It looked like... I really can't tell who that is. It might be John Hunter Nemechek in the 8 truck. I could be wrong. Maybe Jennifer Jo Cobb in the 10. It's really hard to tell who that is. It doesn't look like it's any of the playoff drivers. Could be Majeski. It is really hard to tell. It's a white truck. There's a lot of white trucks in the field, so only makes it even difficult to examine. Everybody gonna stay out. Schneider thought about pitting there. He would have restarted him back in traffic, but would have had even fresher tires than what he already has. Spun the tires a little bit on the restart, not too much though. Still able to clear Ben Rhodes into turn 1 as the green flag is back in the air. Now it's just 57 laps to go at Bristol. And we have our first DNF of the race. Under that 4th caution after the right front tire blew, causing somebody to hit the wall. It is really hard to tell who that driver is. We might have to wait for another caution to really see. Scroll down the leaderboard screen who that might be, but right now we only know who the top 5 is. Surprised nobody else took tires there. Still 55 laps to go. That caution probably helps these guys get closer to the end on fuel as well. They were going to be close. So remember, they did not pit at the stage break. They pitted with about 112 laps to go. I believe the fuel tank is 110 laps. That caution, they ran 4 caution laps. That should put them about 2 laps to the good on fuel. So, plus the stage break as well, so that was 3 laps. So they should actually be about 5 laps to the good on fuel. We saw right front tire blow out. Those guys on even older tires than Schneider right now. And that's definitely the risk that they pull. And for those guys on the playoff cut line. Why not for Gustine pit? Just to save your tires. You don't want to DNF. You're running 10th. One spot ahead of Eckes, and you only have to beat him by 22. Or I should say it's the other way around. Eckes has to beat Dean by 22. So, I mean, realistically, Gustine can't finish any worse than 31st. If he did finish 31st and say he's the next truck to DNF, Eckes is still going to have to get back inside the top 10 some way, and he's a lap down right now. Could be the first driver lap down, not entirely sure. But he is in a hole, to say the least, and he's going to need a lot of help. There's Gustine. He got the free pass. Ooh, Schneider undercut. The center of the corner a little too much. He about went around. 3 wide on the bottom. Going to put Gustine a lap down again. Just got it in the back of Jason White. Look at how loose the 99 is. Oh, goodness. Skating all over the place.
Still there. You got room. You're clear.
Schneider's going to go around again. Very minimal contact with Angelo Ruck. Another save and another caution. That's our 5th caution of the race. Just gets on the bottom and he can't hold the lane. We saw that again in that custom scheduled cup race, and it's exactly the same here with this career mode truck race. So we'll have to keep that in mind the next couple times we go to Bristol in the Xfinity and Cup Series. Try to find a way to maybe tighten the truck up a little bit so we can run the bottom, but Gustine's going to get the free pass again. Looked like Schneider was going to save it completely and actually stay green, but I think that contact with Angelo Ruck sent him even more sideways. And again, everybody on the lead lap stays out. The saving grace caution there for Gustine, who's losing a lot of time, so he's back in the lead lap. 44 laps to go at Bristol. Most cautions we've had in the race so far this year is 7. That came at Gateway. And an overtime finish there. We're getting close. Oh, there's a little contact on the restart between the Thorsport trucks and Johnny Sauter and Ben Rhodes in the outside lane. Rhodes about ended up in the wall. Oh, Thorsport truck with Grant Enfinger's up there as well. All 3 of those guys in the top 5 battling for position. Enfinger doesn't want to wreck. He hasn't scored a lot of stage points tonight, but he is above the cutoff line. He came in 31 points ahead. Probably right around 25 to 30 points of the cutoff line still. Not really focused on him because unless Eckes even gets a top 5 finish at this point, I mean, anybody outside of Gustine above the cutoff line can DNF. They'd still make it to the next round. I'm excited for tomorrow night, though, at Vegas. Round of 8. We already know that we're in it. You know, Sauter and Friesen are in it. They've been fast all year. They've been probably the 2 closest competitors to us. Sauter, not so much until late in the season, but he's picked up 2 wins in the last 5 races, so he's definitely starting to get on a little bit of a hot streak. He was competing for a top 5 here again tonight. So Austin Hill just passed him. Hill just moved up to 3rd. He passed all 3 Thorsport trucks in about a lap and a half. Finds himself a little over a second behind Moffitt. More truck battle at least for 3rd. Well, we got a win in our home state, a win in the home track. How about a win at my favorite track?
Careful, still there.
Only adding to the season prestige that the rookie Schneider been able to pull.
Clear high, clear high. Hold your line, stay high. Hold your line, got 1 inside. Car outside. All right, you're clear.
And underneath Angelo Rock, it gets loose on the bottom.
You got room. You're clear of that.
He's driving right out of it. That's all he's got to hope for. Really needs it to stay green. I don't know how much luck he can have. I mean, it's been not the cleanest race. Schneider's definitely choked away 2 stage wins today.
Car there on the inside.
He's led a lot of laps. He's got a fast truck. He's just not handling well in the bottom groove. Middle and upper groove, it is handling well. Oh! Tried to squeeze into a hole that maybe wasn't there.
All right.
And 68 of Greenfield probably didn't know he was going to make the move. He moved up and just pinched Schneider between both Greenfield and Creed.
You got room. You're clear of that.
Looking that throttle on the outside, and Christian Eckes is now 2 laps down.
Clear all around there.
Lassard's really falling back. Started on the pole,
Still there. All right.
led the first couple laps of the race, but he's back at 17th, at least 3 laps down, if not more.
All right. You're clear of that. Still there. You're all clear up top there.
Ross Chastain got a playoff point tonight. Remember, he won stage 1. Looks like he'll be going into the round of 8. He'll need that point. Or at least will gladly take it. Schneider entered into the corner maybe a little too deep again that time, but still all right.
Still there. You're all clear up top there. Clear high, bud.
And around he goes again.
Wrong pit lane.
Has to lock it down. He's trying to get the truck turned back around again. There's still no caution. And he doesn't want to enter into the wrong pit lane, which I'm afraid it might have us do if we hit that commitment line right now. Schneider better get it turned around the right way. Finally does. Still no caution here at Bristol. Schneider's back to 8th place.
Careful there.
I'm surprised there wasn't a caution. He wasn't trying to sit there intentionally waiting for a caution because he didn't want to get stuck a lap down. We only got 26 laps to go, and he is about 11 seconds off the lead now. Again, he went around on the bottom lane. It seems like it happens in traffic more often than not. He did a great job not hitting that commitment line because I think that would have sent us down the wrong pit road, and that definitely would have put Schneider a lap down if that happened. He was trying not to bring out the caution. Last thing he needs is somebody to pit under a caution, and him being on older tires, bringing out the yellow, he wouldn't be able to pit. And everybody is good on fuel to the end. Schneider has the freshest tires in the field and the fastest truck at this point in the run as well. He's trying to run down Johnny Sauter, who's looking for his 3rd win of the year. I'm not even sure how Sauter got to the lead. He wasn't even in the top 5 there a couple laps before Schneider had spun. There's a lot of heavy lap traffic still to go through. And we only have 22 to go. 3 wide lap traffic. A couple guys battling for position in there of Crafton and Friesen. And again, Schneider gets loose. No choice but to run that bottom lane though.
Got one outside.
Get him up the middle. Oh, Ben Rhodes. Got moved up in front of him. Gus Dean definitely did to the outside as he was trying to get around Jason White. Schneider up the middle now between Ryu and Dean. Dean just trying to hold on to 11th and stay out of trouble. Sauter's actually running a good pace despite being on older tires than, say, Schneider in the 99.
You're clear there.
I think Schneider will get there eventually. The lap traffic's holding him up a little bit.
Careful.
I'll say there won't be more lap traffic beyond this.
Clear low there.
Sauter's got about a 4.5 second lead. 4 seconds on Brett Moffitt in second. Schneider to the back of Moffitt, 3 wide, in fact, to the outside through 1 and 2.
Careful.
Schneider is ripping it right now, barely kept it off the wall, carrying a ton of speed. Although Schneider's tires are fresher, they are still a little bit older.
Careful. Still there. All right. You're clear there.
And that truck got loose trying to break quickly to the inside of Greenfield. Heavy lap traffic has slowed Sauter up these last couple laps. Schneider's going to go back to the outside where he's been the best. Force it to the bottom unless you have to. And he'll stay high. Gilliland is in the way, trying not to go another lap down. We'll put him 2 laps down. Schneider clear on turn 4 with 15 laps to go. He's back in the lead, and again he spins on the bottom, and Johnny Sauter drills him. Up the track goes Schneider into the wall. And we have a caution with 15 laps to go. Our 6th of the race. What a sloppy race by the 99 team. Got to the inside for the lead on Johnny Sauter, and around he goes. About 3 seconds of damage. Sauter hit him head on, but still this truck is in the race, and I have no clue how. Schneider's going to repair that damage under the caution. Free pass is going to go to Zane Smith in 10th place. Dean is back to 12th, still ahead of Gilliland and Eckes.
Be ready. Ready.
Surprised Zane Smith is still back in. Remember, he had a flat tire at the end of stage 2. 11 laps to go in the restart. Another green flag. Schneider. Into the outside wall now. Justine gets pinched by Spencer Boyd, and Sauter still leads. He's pulling away.
Got one peeking inside.
Austin Hill to second, trying to run him down. Schneider's got to stay on the outside no matter what. 9 laps to go. He has lost so much ground. He's loose on the top 2 just for the sake of older tires, but the bottom is just not there. He should have known that.
Stay high, stay high.
Even those last 2 times he spun. Austin Hill, he's going for the lead. He wants his first win of the season. Sauter looking for 5 more playoff points going into the next round. He's also looking for back-to-back wins. 7 to go.
Looking inside
He's
now.
got Crafton in the way. Giving Crafton maybe a little bump, trying to get him going. Maybe get him off the outside. Schneider takes a 3 wide to the outside now with Crafton and Enfinger. 6 to go. Still side by side for the lead with Austin Hill and Johnny Sauter. Schneider's coming in hot. Look at the run he got off of turn 2. My goodness. Sends it. Slide job. Hill, maybe a crossover. Schneider couldn't grip the bottom. No surprise there. Leads the lap at the line with 5 to go. And he's back out in front. He has no intentions of going back to that bottom lane for these last 5 laps. It has been a sloppy race for the 99. They choked away 2 stage wins. They almost choked away this race win by far leading the most laps. We're 4 laps to go now. He can drive off into the sunset and get his 10th career victory. I should have learned not to go to the inside. I'm so surprised we never crashed out of the race. We should have crashed out the first time we spun when we got drilled by Riley Herbst. driver's side door. I mean, great work by the team back home in the shop just to get the durability on this race truck. Oh, geez, Schneider just overdrove, compacted the wall into turn 3.
You got one to go.
Final lap.
Still there? Got one peeking inside.
Jordan Anderson.
Car there on the inside.
Oh, geez, Anderson got loose off turn 4. Schneider got to his left rear. Checkered flag finally waves, and Schneider's going to win at Bristol. That was an ugly one. I don't know if he deserved it or if he didn't deserve it. He never DNF'd, and we had less than 5 seconds of damage every time he spun. What, he spun out 4 times in the race? 2 in the final stage. It is a win at the Bristol Motor Speedway, nevertheless. Little mini milestone there, 10 career Truck Series victories. He's toasted the engine in the victory celebration. He'll try to get the Polish victory lap going. Look at the smoke rolling out of the back of it, though, with the engine. It's completely gone. That's not intentional smoke anymore. Bottom works for me at Bristol. Well, it doesn't work for me for whatever reason. I don't know why it's so loose. I need to just not go to the bottom anymore at Bristol, I guess. I guess I just gotta stay committed to the top. I mean, there's like, at some point I have to run the bottom in lap traffic to get around those guys. I shouldn't have had to do it late. I should have known better late in the race, but earlier in the race I kind of had to. We're battling there for the stage wins. But yeah, definitely better to be lucky than good. And Schneider was definitely lucky here tonight, but should have won he really should have won all 3 stages in today's race, but at least he gets the race win. That's 5 playoff points. Missed out on 2 more. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. At least he gets 2 wins in the round of 10. We know he's in the round of 8. We'll take a look at the top 10 here. Schneider with the win, Ben Rhodes second, Austin Hill third, Johnny Sauter fourth, and Grant Enfinger rounds out the top 5. Your stage winners finished 6th and 7th. Moffitt, who won stage number 2, finishes 6th. Chastain 7th, who won stage 1. Crafton 8th, Riley Herbst 9th. Zane Smith comes back after a flat tire late in stage 2 to not only finish on the lead lap, but finish inside the top 10. Only 10 trucks did finish on the lead lap today, 6 cautions per incident. And the 2 drivers that are knocked out of the playoffs after the round of 10 are Todd Gilliland and Christian Eckes. Eckes finished 16th today with minimal stage points. Minimal stage points for Todd Gilliland as well. And an 11th place finish, and Gus Dean scored more stage points than both those guys and finished 13th. He came in 19 points above the cutoff line on Eckes and 22 ahead of Gilliland. So Gus Dean will get the last spot on points. Yes, Gus Dean is in the round of 8 of the playoffs. Tanner Gray, another upset driver, also in the round of 8. Didn't really do anything today. Finished 18th, but he had 2 top 10s in the prior 2 races. A 7th and an 8th place finish at Gateway and Canadian Tire. A lot of stage points in those races as well. He didn't get any stage points tonight, but he came in 38 points above the cutoff line. Will easily make it to the next round as well. So the 8 drivers that will be racing in the round of 8 with still a shot at the championship will be on wins in this round. Johnny Sauter and Keegan Schneider. On points, it'll be Stuart Friesen, Matt Crafton, Ross Chastain, Grant Enfinger, Gus Dean, and Tanner Gray will be the 8 drivers competing for a championship when we go into Vegas tomorrow night. Jennifer Jo Cobb was the only driver that DNF. She was the one that blew that right front tire and smacked the outside wall there midway through the final stage. So it was a white truck. I couldn't tell exactly what it was. Good payday. That was a good pay race. We got 12 playoff points in this round alone. 2 stage wins, both at Gateway, and then 2 race wins. So again, those are not accurate. Actually, the only driver There are 2 drivers on that list still that are not accurate. So Sheldon Creed and Austin Hill are going to be showing that they're in the playoffs. They didn't even make the playoffs. Tanner Gray and Gus Dean both had wins. They made it, and they will both be in the round of 8. Gillen is eliminated. That's right. Moffitt never made it either. The other truck that was eliminated was Christian Eckes. He was also in the playoffs because of a win. There we are in victory lane for the UNOH 200. I saw that comment, by the way, earlier, Tim. I forgot to mention. Until just now, I realized he said something about changing the paint scheme to orange and white. I don't plan on changing the paint scheme again the rest of the year. I only really wanted to do it twice. I'll change it more when we go cup racing eventually, but I'm just really working on pumping out these Xfinity and Truck Series so we can hopefully get the cup as soon as possible. And hopefully we can win this Truck Series championship this year. Definitely the favorite up to this point with that 10th win of the year here tonight. Sloppy race. This is probably the sloppiest win we got. But there were some other races we had to fight for that we probably shouldn't have earlier this year. There were some wins that we got taken away from us, like Kansas where we dominated, but Gus Dean, well, okay, I guess Gus Dean led the most laps in that race. What was the race we finished second place that we led the most laps in? Was it? No, it wasn't Texas. I think we had 4 runner-ups this year. What was the other one? Charlotte, we barely survived that one. We won Dover on the last lap pass. Was it Daytona? Daytona we finished second. Maybe we only had 3 second place finishes. Daytona we didn't really have the truck. There might have been another race in there that I feel like we should have won. We didn't get the job done. Oh well. That's enough. That's enough rambling. That is enough rambling. So into the round of 8. That top 10 run here tonight gets us our incentive bonus. Race early. Not like we're going to use it for anything anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. Don't plan on purchasing anything else. But we'll still take a look at the shop as always. I'm hoping we can get to about that $750,000 mark. We can have at least an 80 overall car to start the Xfinity Series. I think I'll be all right with that. We can work on it from there. But we're going to be slow out of the gate. We're going to be slower out of the gate for the Xfinity Series than what we were for the Trucks, indeed. I don't think we're going to win our first 3 races like we did in the Truck Series. Made it another round. Keep digging. Don't lose focus. There's still a long way to go. Thanks, Tyler. Hashtag Phoenix Bound. Yeah, Clay Greenfield just sent the same thing, but I'll still compliment him. 10 truck season wins. Can't believe what I'm seeing out there. Hashtag Asphalt Mirage. We also won a dirt race too, Austin. I think he forgot about the dirt race at Eldora, but yes, we can win on asphalt and dirt. Congrats on the win, but maybe don't bulldoze me next time. Wow. You know, in our fairness, didn't Clay Greenfield hit us? No, never mind, I remember. It was when I was trying to go 3 wide. I was trying to go 3 wide into the middle. No, wait a minute. He did plow into us earlier in the race, too. It was even. I hit him once. He hit me once. I'll still compliment him, I guess. I could insult him, but I'll be the bigger man, I guess. Especially considering the fact that he had insulted me on Twitter. Johnny Sauter. Hey, Keegan Schneider, what's your deal? Last race was awful. You're a dirty, dirty driver. Hashtag suspend Keegan Schneider. Wow. Well, that one I'm definitely insulting. We're racing for a championship here, buddy. I ran into a lot of guys on accident today. Like I said, it was the sloppiest one we've ever had on the career mode. But at the same time, I don't even remember hitting Johnny Sutter. I do remember hitting Clay Greenfield, but Greenfield hit us too. So I was the bigger man there. I figured, okay, it was one-on-one. I don't even remember making contact with Sutter. I think he's just salty because I passed him for the win with 5 laps to go. I think that's why Johnny Sauter is salty. That's a tongue twister right there. Suspend me. Mean Johnny, indeed. That's okay. Yeah, I think he's just salty because we passed him for the win with 5 to go. And he's got 2 wins this year. Those are 2 drivers with the most wins on the season. It's getting heated between the probably 2 championship favorites so far. I'd throw Friesen in there too. We're definitely the top 3, but there's still a 4th guy. There's that 4th driver that can make the playoffs. Maybe Gustine can win at Talladega. Wouldn't that be something? Could you imagine if Gustine wins at Talladega and makes it to the championship 4? Or Tanner Gray. One of those 2, honestly. It's possible. Martinsville could be a wild card race too. Vegas is probably going to be the most tame of the 3 races, but knowing there's a lot on the line at Dega and Martinsville, it might not be so tame at Vegas. We had a crazy first race at Vegas, and remember, we actually finished 13th at Vegas earlier this season. We got trapped a lap down because our pit strategy didn't work, and really, we stayed on the same strategy as most of the other guys. Friesen won the race because he went off strategy when everybody else decided to stay out under caution. We ended up going green like the last 64 laps when I wasn't expecting us to, and because we went green all the way to the end, we had to pit as well as a lot of other guys, and then the caution came out like right after everybody pitted, besides the guys that pitted under the caution that were able to go an extra 10 laps, and that won Friesen the race. So definitely looking for redemption, looking for that first win at Vegas on the year. But outside of that, I mean, we only go to the same track 3 times on the year, and that would be Vegas. We already did at Texas, and then Martinsville we raced at earlier this year too. I don't think we did so hot at No, we didn't race at Martinsville. Never mind. Just Vegas and Texas are the only 2 tracks we go to more than once. I forgot because they added Richmond on the schedule. They took one of the Martinsville dates away for the trucks, so just one there. All right, now let me get to work on the show. I keep rambling. I'm sorry for that, but let's just get to the end of the stream. We won. It wasn't easy. It wasn't clean, but we won. Yeah, we definitely tore up our short track chassis. Car number 5 in the shop. No surprise there, though. It was definitely a sloppy race. Sloppiest race we've had in the career mode, but we still won. I don't know. I mean, sometimes it just works out that way. Oh, what am I doing? My bad. We're good to go. I thought I had to assign somebody else in the engine. I forgot we only had 4 engine specialists. Only 4. All right. So Super Speedway chassis all ready to go for Talladega. We'll have 195.95. So that is it for certain. Our next race at Vegas, we'll be able to use car number 3 or car number 1. It's the last intermediate track of the year, so we'll be maxed out there. By the time we get to Martinsville, we should have car number 2, or I guess in this case truck number 2 set up. All we need we need 1 more week to upgrade everything to our max for our 195 and 95. So yeah, just 1 more week. So after Vegas, that'll be ready to go for Martinsville. And then we just need this short track chassis that'll take 2 weeks to get upgraded all the way. So after Talladega, our Phoenix truck will be set up. So we will be at 100 on the engine, a 95 on the aero, 95 on the suspension the rest of the year. I kind of expected that after Canadian Tire, but now that we're closer to the end, we can definitely see. And I didn't know how much of our truck we were going to use up at Bristol, which we used a lot of it up, but we should still have it ready to go by Phoenix. So we'll use truck 5 at Phoenix, and then truck number 2 at Martinsville, truck 4 at Dega, and then we can use either 1 or 3 at Vegas. It doesn't matter there. So we won't have any mismatch penalties the rest of the year. We only had to deal with that 1 race, and we finished 6th at Canadian Tire, so we held our own there. Strategy called didn't win or gain us anything because it went green all the way through the final stage. I was hoping we got a caution so I could at least have a shot to win it. We didn't get that chance, but yeah, going to be ready to go. On to Vegas tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. No official start time for that one, so just keep an eye out on the channel. Hit that bell notification button so you guys don't miss the upload. Our fantasy podcast will be coming on before we live stream NASCAR Heat 5. We'll talk everything Dirt Bristol, everything fantasy from Dirt Bristol, my predictions, see how they matched up. We'll update our power rankings. That'll be an hour podcast, just like we're going to have every week for both the pre-race and post-race for the Cup Series weekend. Again, it got delayed a day. Well, technically it got delayed 2 days. We usually have them Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but because the race was Monday, we had to move it to Tuesday. And because I had to work today and tomorrow, didn't have a lot of time outside of streaming this that we were going to be able to get that in tonight. So I should get off work early enough tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to golf because the weather's supposed to drop, so we should be able to get that podcast and a full race live stream in tomorrow. So a little double duty action on the channel. Let me check the weather one quick second before we exit out of here so I know exactly if I'm going to golf or not. Again, I don't think I am. It's supposed to be 51, but it's supposed to be pretty windy outside, so I think I'll just pass tomorrow. I don't want to because I shot my best round ever today. I shot a 71 1 over par for those of you wondering. So I definitely want to golf tomorrow, but Thursday's supposed to be 36, winds above 20 miles an hour. Jeez. Welcome to Northwest Ohio. It'll be April by Thursday, and we still have 36-degree temperatures every now and then. After that, it looks pretty good, though. All right. Well, that's enough rambling. I've been doing a lot of rambling since then. I keep saying that's enough, and I keep going back to it. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Appreciate the support from you guys. As always, we do realistic broadcasts with a full race live stream every single day, whether it's NASCAR video game or a live commentary of the actual race that we do at least once every race weekend. Of course, next week is Easter, so we won't have any of that. That just means more NASCAR Heat 5 and more NASCAR video game full race live streams. But support me there on my road and my journey to becoming a broadcaster in the sport of NASCAR. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and I will catch you guys tomorrow evening. Podcast will start at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also going to throw that out there. So 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be our podcast tomorrow, and then we'll run our truck race probably at 8 o'clock tomorrow night at Vegas. So 6 and 8 will be streaming. See you then.